What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Every Week We Follow. Merry Christmas. Happy Boxing Day. Chelsea 1. Ollie Watkins 2. Fucking have it. Come on.
Mate, we predicted it as well. Called it 2-1.
11 wins. 11 wins
1,
on the
2,
trot.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I haven't even got enough fingers, mate. 11.
I cannot believe, that is absolutely unbelievable. And we've done it again. We've come back from 1-0 down. We've done it again.
Mate, look, we let's be honest, right? At half time, I was like, fuck, we are miles off the pace here. Chelsea were all over us.
They were strong, energetic. They just wanted it. They felt like
they did. We similar to the Man United game last week, we couldn't pass the ball forward. Like we kept giving it away, and the press kept coming, and it was relentless. And when they scored in the 37th minute, I was like, oh no, mate! It felt like we were going to get back, and I think I was screaming at the TV, going, okay, he's got to make changes because it's just not working. Like we need an extra body, like in the final third.
It was weird. There was times where we were breaking the press, and we were managed to get out. I was playing a little bit counter, and we seemed to be getting a little bit of success, but it wasn't really coming off. Marlon wasn't able to get in the game. We had 4
touches, mate, I think.
Yeah, we were lumping it long, though. We were lumping it long. And I'm like, you're not going to make this stick.
No.
Marlon up front. It was really, really bizarre at times. And then, that second half, he puts Watkins and Sancho.
And Nana, mate, I think we missed Nana's physical presence.
I agree with that massively. I think we lost that midfield back in the first half.
I agreed with the Marlon change for Watkins. I think Watkins deserved to be dropped, right? But the Emi Buendia selection was weird. I'd really thought he would have carried on with Yuri in the number 10. And actually, like we've said it, I think Yuri as a 6 is probably that's his best position. But when he went forward as the 10 with Sancho out on the right, mate, it just gave us an extra body in the final third. We went from, this is no word of a lie, in the 58th minute, just before we made the substitutions, right, we'd had 25% possession, no shots, and two shots, but 0 on target, right?
And Chelsea had 9 shots?
Something like that. Right?
At the end of the game, they'd only had 12.
Yeah, but then we went from 59th minute to 69th minute. We had 5 shots on target, right? And I don't know what the end stat was, but we just started creating stuff. And actually, from the 59th minute to the 95th minute, I don't think Chelsea had another shot on target.
No, we were fantastic in that second half. Flange, yes, suck it up in the first half, get into them second half. Simple.
Yeah.
I reckon that's exactly what Unai said. I reckon those words, word for word, Unai was there going, suck it up in the... Oh, I can't do it. I don't know why I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's going on. But I literally, to be fair, I was sat there, because the in-laws were around, and I was sat there, and I was going, and it was 1-0, and it got to half time, and I went, I still think we've got a chance. There's just something about this team.
Yeah.
There's something about this team where I'm sitting there going, I still think we're going to win. We could be 1-0 down on Tuesday, and I'm going to be sitting there going, I still think we're going to win this game.
Mate, the moment we equalised, I was on live. I was like, that's it. We're going to win the game. We're going to win the game. I felt it. And even the first goal had a bit of fortune to it. Ollie does really well. Great ball from Rodgers. Great first touch. Then he doesn't finish. And just Chelsea fans did almost as bad as Arsenal fans. But yeah, of course, I haven't. I'm sure they're all going, oh, we dominated. We were by far the better team. Mate, I don't give a fuck, right? If we win the league, winning 2-1, well, we've gone from not being able to score a goal in the first 5 games to scoring 2 goals every game. So, you do the math, right?
10 points clear of 5th. 10 points clear.
For the Chelsea fans, 10 points clear. That means that's 10 points clear of you, right? And do you know what pissed me off? Steve Sidwell, an old Villa player, but also played for Chelsea, went, the first thing he said when he went back to the studio was, "It's a disgrace that Chelsea aren't in the top 4." And I thought, fuck you, sorry to the ginger people, but fuck you ginger knobhead, right? Because what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
By the way, have you noticed he's not that ginger anymore?
Well, yes, look, yeah, but he's probably still a virgin, mate. Like, it just makes it makes no sense to me in my head. Like, what would you?
What's this commentary about? Gary, tell James I said hello.
I don't know, Carl. James, Carl says hello.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on here. That makes no sense.
Yes. I think there was something about throwing something at you about, because we had a thing on TikTok earlier about the you refused to change the score on every week predict.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Look.
Because he put a comment on my TikTok going 2-1, and I went, "Is that to Chelsea?" Because he put 2-1, not right. I thought it was supposed to be 1-2. Like, so,
you did the wrong one. Yeah, I need to put the score in tonight actually. But back to the game. Honestly, like that second half, because Watkins. I don't know if you saw after the game. Watkins did an interview, didn't he? And he said,
"Yeah, I watched it."
And he said that he put Sancho on, gave us that little bit of width, gave us that little bit more space in the middle, which is interesting because I was speaking to someone on Finalysis actually. They left the cut because I talked about Brennan Johnson.
Yeah.
And I think Mark had actually commented on that, saying he's not sure about it because it doesn't suit Emery's system. And I was like, but if you think back 2 years ago when we had Bailey out on that right-hand side, the amount of space that gave the rest of that front line, I think that's exactly what this gave us. And I'm kind of like, you got a proper right winger out there. It gives Ollie, it gives Rodgers, it gives everyone else that space.
It freed up that back line. Yeah, it did, and it freed up Tielemans to do that. Tielemans suddenly got on the ball in that final third in the 10, and then all of a sudden, like, Ollie was being played through in the space. Like, it just changed the game massively. I think, just to go back, because the subs deserve a mention, but mate, again, I don't want to talk about Ollie because I have to, because I'm his world's biggest critic, right? But I think first, got to lay the plaudits on Victor Lindelof. Yeah. I honestly thought he was superb today. And I have been his biggest critic because I think he's the slowest man on earth. I don't know how he's a professional footballer.
Chelsea used a fair bit of pace against us.
Well, that front line, mate, was frightening, and Palmer was running the show. When they took Palmer off, I was laughing my fucking tits off, going, "Why are you taking your best player off?" Like, 70 minutes, so weird. Like, just, But, Lindelof, not in the first half in particular, when we were under the cosh, like twice, he picked the ball up and just drove forward 15, 20 yards to try and get us further up. And I was like, that shouldn't be you doing that. But, like, it's the only option. And so it was just good to see. And then he was putting his life on the line. He was making headers in the second half, and his positioning was really good. And I again, credit where it's due, because I still think, the lack of pace will be a problem. But ultimately, he defended really well. Him and Konza, I thought, was quite solid in the first half, and in the second half, after we got level, like I say, Chelsea didn't really bother us. It was only going to be one team that won it. So like, kudos to Victor Lindelof.
Yeah, we were lucky in that first half. I think we could have been two or three down. I mean, Emi Martinez made an absolute wonder save. Was it in the second half, actually?
That was the second half, mate, when he tipped it.
To be fair, like we've talked about Martinez, and does he go in Jan? Do we have a backup? All this kind of thing. The more I'm looking at him, just going, mate, if we can just keep him at least the end of this season, give us this title push. Why does he need to go anywhere? Why does he need to go? It's like he talks about going to. Why would you go to Man U? Why would you go? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Look, we all know as football fans, right, that and we've spoken to many of top 6 clubs now because of Finalysis, right, and their fans. They are a little bit delulu, right? They live in a different bubble where they.
Honestly, today I was having an argument with someone about because I was dangling the fish, right? I was dangling the rod, and I was talking about how Forest were chanting to the City.
We missed you, James, but there's a nice message from Gary there. You're welcome, Gaz. I held the fort, mate. Thankfully, you stayed on. Don't do it. I did say to him, don't go anywhere, because magical things can still happen. I lost my shit in the Brighton game, the West Ham game, and I'm not doing it until the fat lady sings, man.
I've shown you do not leave or turn off the TV. You do not leave a game until that whistle is blown. Because
unless you're at the ground for the Arsenal game and you leave and miss that world.
That's what I just said. I have shown you do not do that. Like that was a stupid fucking thing to do.
Sorry, mate, I interrupted you. You were talking about fishing and kind of.
Oh yeah. So I was just saying how the Forest fans were all singing to the Man City fans. You only sing when you're winning. And honestly, just bite straight on it. I was just like, and then they were like, "Oh, blah, blah, I don't get this." Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, "What?" Or like, you know, how your stadium's half full on a quarter final of a cup, and then and they're just like, they drive me mad. And I was just like, I don't understand it. And then I think I said something about, I was like, me and Gary were saying it must be really boring being a Man City fan and basically winning every week. Like, you know, it's just, oh, mate, absolutely brilliant. Gaz, your halftime toilet breaks. Hang on, what's this?
Oh yeah. So,
did you leave your mic on?
Mate, not only did I leave my mic on, right? Because on TikTok you can't drink, right? So I put my beer.
Mate, next time, just don't go for a dump. As long as you don't go for a dump.
I put my beer in this, right? So I could drink on TikTok, which was lovely, right? So I had about 4 beers while I was watching the game, and which meant I needed a wee, right? But then I completely forgot. Not only that, I went downstairs and spoke with my whole family, so they all must have picked on that as well. So I was just like, oh. And Abby went, "You've got your mic on still?" I was like, "Oh God, it's still on live." Oh my days! But it's fine. Like it's part of the charm, right? We're not professional. We just bring it in. It's all good.
Yeah, that's the question. Is Flange right? Did you have a sit down wee?
I did have a sit down wee. Yeah.
Sat there on his phone like I do. Oh, yeah. Mate, brilliant. Anyway,
oh, mate, you know, it was in keeping because I did a TikTok earlier today on the toilet this morning because everyone was still asleep and I didn't want to wake Sarah up. So I went for my morning poo and I thought I've got to do my like prediction for the game. So I did it on, and then Ava saw it, my youngest daughter, and she was like, "Stop doing TikToks on the toilet, it's grim." I was like, "But that's where I do my best work, man. What's going on?"
You'll be joining from the shower next time. You'll be there. Just like... Oh God!
Mate, whenever the flow takes you, right, it's got to be done. So yeah. Can't say I'm not consistently poor. Anyway,
back to our usual top quality content. So this is where it leaves it. This is where it leaves us, mate. This is absolutely unreal,
mate. It's insane. It's insane.
We're pretty much safe now. Well, we've pretty much made that 40-point mark.
One point against Arsenal, mate, and we've avoided relegation for another season. Fucking brilliant.
What's crazy? Yeah, see, this is what's crazy, right? We don't need to be Arsenal to stay in this.
No.
Even just a draw. On Tuesday.
Do you know what's really crazy, right? The XG stats. According to the XG stats, right, we should only be 3 points ahead of Wolves, but we're like 37 points ahead of them or something.
Oh God, XG.
How bad is that?
XG, mate.
It just shows that stats are.
It's absolutely incredible. I mean, it's not just the fact of the wins. You look at because obviously, I mean, this makes total sense. It sounds stupid what I'm about to say. Like 11 wins on the trot, right? And obviously, we had the Liverpool loss. We beat City before that, so there were wins before that as well.
Yeah.
We've played 18. We've only lost 3.
Yep.
The fact we've only lost 3 games in 18 matches.
Brentford, Palace, and Liverpool, mate. Fucking
mental. That is mental. That is absolutely mental. And I'm just kind of sitting there going, I just don't. And you know, we'll continue to tempt fate, and we'll continue to just like look at everything through cloud and blue tinted glasses on this channel. But I just don't. If we beat Arsenal, I genuinely don't know when we're going to start winning games, because this is the craziest run I've ever seen. I think we do know, to be fair. If we beat Arsenal, we'll probably beat Forest, and we'll definitely lose to Palace. Because
mate, at this point, though, right, we could play with probably 8 men, right? Have
8 Morgan Rogerses all running around a bit.
Yeah. And still win. Like,
with no heads.
I genuinely, like, after that game today, I sat in disbelief, going, "How has that happened?" You could probably lose 6 to win a title.
Well, we are one game away from halfway through the season, losing 3. Yep. So theoretically, if you just did the same again, would we win the title?
Look, we've got to stay humble. We've got to take one game at a time, right? And just see what happens. But, mate, I go back to the conversation we had when I was like, these December fixtures look tough, man. Like, we've got on paper one of the hardest run-ins, and that's 5 wins out of 6 games in December, right? If we beat Arsenal, that's 6 out of 6. Like, it would be 9 Premier League wins in a row.
Not forgetting who we beat. Like, we're just winning. So it's like, when you go, when you have like a week or something where you're just basically doing the same thing all the time, it just becomes a blur. Yeah. That's what's happening. We're just winning every game. It's like, oh, who was that? Who was that goal against? Who was that one the goal against? I can't remember this one.
Villa are like that this time frame, right, in between Christmas and New Year, where you lose track of days and hours and minutes. And you know, is the post coming? Do the bins need to be put out? What day do the bins need to be put out? Because, like, I don't know what day it is, right?
Well, was it after the 3rd win of the run, or was it after the 6th win, or the 7th win? No, the 8th win. Yeah. No, it's after the 11th win of the run. Honestly, I just can't. I'm living in absolute cloud cuckoo dreamland.
Mate, just feel for that Man United fella. Imagine if you're that Man United fan going, he could have cut his hair twice. Mate,
what a wonderful day. I'm literally just like, had a great day. Villa do that comeback. I watched the latest episode of Stranger Things. I come on here to talk to you.
Yeah. Mate, it's been a Merry Christmas. We beat Man United just before Christmas. So Christmas was good. The mood was good. I've got new Villa merch off the kids and the wife for Christmas, buzzing. Right.
This is an interesting one. I'm kind of looking. Yeah, I mean, yes, I'd love to win the Europa League. Right, I totally would. But right now, I really, I don't care if we finish top 4. I'm just kind of like, I just want the Champions League. It's not that I'm like, I feel like we're entitled or we shouldn't be winning things. We definitely should win things, all this kind of thing. But I'm just like, I just feel like you've said it before. We are on the verge of greatness here. We're on the verge of something amazing.
Mate, and I've said it so long.
And I just think I don't really care because we're gonna win stuff. There's no way that we're not gonna win stuff. It's just with this manager. If we can keep this man, if we can basically just lock this manager in a dungeon and just like throw the key away, and he can just wheel him out for matches. That's all we need to do with this guy. It's absolutely. I don't know what to say. I'm completely.
So, mate, as I said to you, because I know you want to borrow this, so I'm.
Yeah, and England won a test match as well. England managed to somehow win the craziest freaking 2-dayer. Like what? Honestly.
Well, it's too little for the England squad. They've been shocking. Yeah, but in that book, mate, the one thing I read is how close Emery was to joining Newcastle. It was more or less a done deal, right?
Was it?
It was, yeah.
Because I thought he said he didn't want to go because he wanted to stay at, was it Sevilla?
So that, yeah, no, it was Villarreal. So that was after. So what happened was he'd spoken to the owners at Newcastle, right? He said that he would seriously consider it, but he wanted to see out the season with Villarreal, right? But would take the job. And basically, it was in the Villarreal had a Champions League game, and somebody leaked it, right? And it got out in the English press the night of the game that they were playing, and he was asked after the game, "Are you joining Newcastle?" Right? So off the back of that, right, he basically said no, and they still pursued him, right? And then he spoke to the owners of Villarreal, and they were like, "We still want you." The loyalty, like obviously they got knocked out of the semi-finals of the Champions League by Liverpool, and then it was a case of when the season finished, and he was contract negotiating about an extra couple of years, whatever. The main financiers of Villarreal were a big ceramic firm in Spain or something. But with the breakout of the Ukraine war, they were losing money and stuff and couldn't afford, so couldn't meet his expectation of what he wanted to invest in the squad to compete in the Champions League again and all that kind of jazz. And Vidagani basically, obviously, was working with him, was approached by Wes Edens and our owners, basically. It all just kind of aligned into place.
Doors, mate, it's just incredible. It's absolutely ridiculous scenario. So we could have just think
that those little things that you don't really know about, like these are the things that changed the course of a club's history. And now here we are, 3 years on, like with the reaping the rewards of someone, for me, that even when I think back to his time at Arsenal, was a brilliant manager and was just not given the time. Like, I guarantee, and I've said this probably 10 times, if he'd have had the money and the resources that Arteta has had over the last 4 or 5 seasons, he would have won the league multiple times.
He was, excuse me, he was a good manager. I think he struggled a little bit with like the English media side of stuff, didn't he? Because of his English language at the time.
But so even in that, he talks about how that's inspired him to. This is the mentality of him: is that when things go wrong, it's not kind of woe is me, and that's
how do I fix it?
It's like how do I improve on this? So I improve my English, and we go. So when a defeat happens,
they did. I was watching some video because I think what's his name, Guillaume Balaguer has been doing a bit of hasn't he? And they were asking him about, like, you know, the start of the season, and they were saying, what did he do? Like, I think it was on BBC. He was on a BBC interview on the radio, and he was saying that all he did was double. He said, Pep says this as well. He said, when things aren't going right, keep going, like keep doing the same thing. And he was basically saying, like, do what you believe in, essentially. And so apparently Emery just like basically doubled down. It was just doubled down on the analysis side of things. And he was just like, because he's all about analysis. And he was like, he just doubled down on it, and he keeps on going. And so whenever he sees like adversity or a problem, all he looks at it is like, how can I fix, or how can I work out another way to like get past this? He doesn't dwell on it and go, oh, well, actually, let's change completely. It's keep doing what we're doing. There's something like we just need to work out how to make that change.
It's a real insight into the things that we've tried to pick apart. Like, for instance, the use of Morgan Rogers, like last season, where he's blowing out of his arse and he's struggling. Like it is, and what he did with Leon Bailey, where he's like he played in 14 matches. It's kind of like you said there. It's about literally believing in the system that it is, and having faith in the player. And like Bailey didn't come good, but with Rogers, it's his little project, right? So he sees the kind of, he saw the potential, and it's nurturing the potential. And, you know, obviously it's been peaks and troughs. Last season, amazing. Start of this season, poor. But it's that perseverance with kind of, I believe in this guy's ability. I believe in what we're doing. I believe in that picking it apart and going extra tactical, which obviously must be hours upon hours of analysis, mate. The play, you know,
3 hours video session. 3 hours. Is it 3 hour video session? 3 of them a week or something?
Something, mate. It must be intense, but this is the reward you get, mate. And I stand.
Yeah, we've said if it works, the players are bought into it and they will do it.
Yeah.
And that's the reason they said, you know, for instance, Duran, or I don't know if it was Duran. Can't remember, but it's the reason that some of the players have got. I think Guillaume Balaguer had said if Emery wanted them to stay, they would be. He said the ones that have gone couldn't. They couldn't do it.
Yeah,
they couldn't do what he wanted for both of them. They just couldn't do the analysis and the strategy side, and they just couldn't do it. And so he's like, if they can't do it, they're after a season or two, they're out the door because they just can't stick with it.
Like I said, I went to that book signing, mate. And he was very much like the meeting at the start of the season after the 5th game when we hadn't scored. It was kind of like, I only want players, and he said this in the programme notes before that Crystal Palace game when we lost, where it was all the Martinez saga, right? And he said, I only want players here that are 100% committed to Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Right? Anyone that's got a problem needs to come in and fucking see me. Apparently, 10 players went to see him, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know who those are, but all of them came out of that individual meeting and went, yeah, I'm in. And the transformation since that point has been. So whatever happened during the summer, the disruptions have obviously been canned and moved on. And I don't see. I know we've talked about speculation of like Watkins or Martinez leaving in January, but I don't see it happening. I don't think anyone's going to go anywhere. I think everyone sees the season out, and then there'll be another assessment.
I don't think Watkins going anywhere. I think the main thing we've always said is that we need competition for him. That's all. I don't think he's going anywhere at all. I think it is just a case of we need someone else that can challenge him. Now, that brings us on to a nice little segue there, to be fair, of you were talking about keeping faith in players, and you're talking about like the Morgan Rogers stuff and those kind of tweaks and things. And like you said, you have been one of Watkins' biggest critics, and I've definitely like kind of turned into that as well this season a bit.
Justifiably so, by the way, right? Just because
I agree.
He has been very, very poor.
And you can, like we saw, you can have a good game like he did against Brighton, and then you go completely missing. And today he's come on like a man possessed. Like a man.
Credit where it's due, mate.
And someone commented on the. I put a post out saying we were going to come on live, and then they said, or maybe they came into your live. I can't remember. And they said something about surely you got to now get off Watkins' back and stuff. I was like, I just replied going like, fair play, like to the guy. That performance today was absolutely brilliant, but we've never. The thing that's so frustrating is that we know he can do that. So it's actually it's better, but he's only as good as his next or previous as his last performance, right? So if he then doesn't have a good game against Arsenal, it's like, okay, well, where Emery talks about consistency. You need to be consistent in your performances, and he's still only on what's that now? Is that 5 goals this season? I think. Yeah, it's not enough, is it? In 18 games, 5 goals, and he scored twice in 2 of those games.
So that's 9 goals in 39 games. It's still a shit return.
It's still not good enough. And I'm hoping that this is the turning point. You know, Kevin, if you're there, if you're watching this, you're probably going to go, I told you, Ollie Watkins. And it's like, the thing, I hope it's his turning point. And if he can do that, if he can do what he did today, he had energy. He was picking up the ball deep. He was direct. He was strong. That first goal, that left arm, so strong.
Yeah.
The only reason he gets that goal, it was a deflection, a lucky kind of ricochet thing. And that header, mate, what a header.
Mate, yeah. Look, the respect needs to be put on his name. I've tried not to disrespect him because I've always valued him as a human, as a person. I think he's very down to earth. I think he's very grounded. I think very humble. I think he's been a magnificent servant for us as a team. I'm not convinced by his quality in the final third. I don't think he's a natural finisher. But his interview today after the game, I had issues because last season he threw his dummies out of the pram, if you remember, after not playing in the PSG games, and he was kind of and was crap. But today he was humble in his interview, and he said, "I know I'm not hitting the levels that I need to be hitting that's expected of me." Right? He knows it himself, so it's frustrating because, like you said, we know what he's capable of. But the key is, whether the media want to admit it or not, we are in a total challenge, and we need him as our main goal scorer to start scoring goals. Now, of course, we want him to do that, but like you said there, you can't just have a good game here, have a shit 4 games, and then come back and play well again. Like, football is all about consistency. It's the only way you are successful. And if you look at every player in that team since those first 5 games, all of them have raised their levels. All of them have consistently performed to get us where we are. Ollie is the only one that has been lacking any like that kind of consistency. So whether that is and we don't know the reasons why. It could be numerous things: long-term injury, fucking whatever. He wants to leave. Those are the 2 main things that get floated around. It's now what he does against Arsenal and against Forest and against Palace. But it's ultimately because I really believe that reinforcements are coming in January, and it may only be 1 or 2 signings, mate, because I think we can't splash the cash. It's going to be astute, right? But
I think it might be 1 or 2 loans, if I'm honest.
Yeah. It will be astute, right? It'll be loan deals or one particular purchase, right?
So first team, I think it'll be loan deals,
Yeah, and so if Ollie can, with the Kevin likes, I'm happy to be proven wrong. I'm just telling it as I see it. There's no arguments there. All the data and the performances back it up. He's been shit. Look, that's the bottom word of it. But the good news for him is that he can turn it around, and he's got the best manager, arguably one of the best managers in world football, that's backed him. So,
and he's got one of the best forward lines or midfields around him as well.
Yeah,
So it's just like you can't. Have you seen Watkins' comments about Emery? I don't know if this was the comments after the game they gave on Sky, and he was saying about the tactical change, and he was saying, I think he actually said, like tactical genius, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was that, but otherwise, let us know in the comments exactly what he did.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen any comments about Emery yet.
And also, Watkins 2 shots, 2 goals. Is that right?
No, he had a couple of efforts before that. One save down low, so he probably had 3 shots, 2 goals.
Yeah. And there was that Kamara chance as well, which was kind of like the Watkins goal.
Well, mate, if I'm honest though, right, I was fuming that, but that's because before Ollie scored, we had 3-on-2, and the pass from Watkins to Kamara was absolutely shocking. It was nearly a hospital ball. I was like, mate, just play it into his. Oh my God, you can't even play it into his path. And I was losing my shit, and then he goes and scores a goal. I was like, oh, Ollie.
Okay, I'm so conflicted. I don't know what to do.
I think on TikTok, I was going, he's going to score 30 goals and get the golden boot.
Oh God. Anyway, Gary Howlett.
I think we praised the plaudits. On for analysis today, I gave him 90. He came on, he changed the game, he scored 2 goals, right? And I couldn't give him above 90 because that pass, mate, as I just described, that pass was fucking shocking, right? So he got a man of the match, and now I just want him to push on. I want him to kickstart. I want him in double figures. If he gets double figures, mate, we're flying.
Why is it we can't have our starting striker score? Why does it always have to come off the bench and make an impact? Is this the way you get the best out of Ollie? Is he come on? Is it the same with Marlon? The best way to get Marlon is for him to come on. It's just.
But okay, so look, we've all sat here and we can all say that Emery's a tactical genius because the decisions he made changed the game. However, why didn't he just play that from the start? Like he could, instead of playing Buendia, he should have played.
That's hindsight.
No, but what I'm saying is,
he obviously had a plan.
We talked about it on. But mate, we talked about it on the preview, right, with Craig, about how they would set up with those front 3, right? We knew that they were going to press us. And what we did was, in asking Buendia to kind of basically cover Maatsen, was we lost that extra body in the final third. So it meant every time we did try and get the ball forward, it was just Rodgers and Marlon, and it kept coming back. So the change in the second half was just that. You put Onana in that holding thing, you played Tielemans further forward, and Sancho on the right, and it just, all it did was, instead of having that front 3 would look like a front 3 because Sancho isn't coming to track back, right? It's got, and after the first half, I expected that change about at half time, and he didn't. And actually, for the first 10 minutes of the 15 minutes of the second half, Chelsea were on top again. I thought, fucking hell, we're gonna get battered here, and it's the same reason. Like, we're just being overloaded, and we kept giving the ball away. Then the moment he makes the changes and Sancho hugs that touchline, which allows that space in the middle for Tielemans, and the ball gets to him, and then all of a sudden we're creating 4 or 5 opportunities in 10. It was crazy, the difference. And I just thought, if you'd have started with that, that's how we should have played against them. But it's
not that easy, is it? It's not that easy because
of course it is. It's that easy, mate. Where's my Premier League badge? Where's my coaching badge? Where's my job?
And it's like, for instance here, so Carl's actually, this is the quotes that I heard that was on Sky when he spoke to him. And he said, like, he changed it because Chelsea were going man for man. And so maybe he didn't expect that. Maybe he was like, actually, they don't play this way. And he was expecting it to be different. And so obviously he then made the change when brought on Jadon.
So I guess that's a massive compliment to us, right? That they changed the way they play to nullify us. And it worked. They
changed because they know that playing that way against us, it nullifies us, and also it makes us a bit shaky around the back. We lose possession in the midfield because we don't have the space or time to be able to try and like break the press. And when we did break the press, we didn't really have it up top.
No,
we didn't have numbers to be able to actually make it stick. But yeah, the first half was poor, but then the second half, like I said, after those changes, it's a completely different team. Different team, and it was
mate. As soon as we got the equaliser, as soon as there was only one team that was going to win it. Like I say, from the from the 69th minute to the 95th minute, Chelsea didn't have a shot on target. Yeah. Like it was
we've won 5 of our last 11 from losing positions. 5 of our last 11 from behind.
Like, what is going on? Mate, there is something in the water.
It's stressful. It's stressful as hell, but it's becoming less stressful, which I don't like. You're kind of getting complacent. Like if we go 1-0 down, I'm just like, that's fine. But then there's going to be that time where it doesn't come off, and you're like, oh.
Well, yeah, maybe. But the way I feel at the moment with this team is that if we can stick within one goal, I still believe it. You still believe. Like it's kind of. Even when we scored today, I was disappointed with the manner of the goal. I thought we should have done better. I still think it was a foul. Like it looks to me like that. I know it's a harsh one. It would be a harsh foul, but Martinez is definitely impeded from going for the ball. The way he pulls him, blocks him, and he can't literally get there.
He's also weirdly like holding João Pedro.
Yeah, he's
kind of like pulling him towards him, and I'm like, hang on, but you wanted to get out the way. So just clear him out. Like I don't. Yeah. It's a bit of a weird one.
It was a poor goal to concede because Martinez is really good at that. Like in terms of coming out and claiming balls, and he did it so well in the second half. And,
he did.
And he takes the pressure off us. So it's just maybe a lapse in concentration. But you can't say that Chelsea didn't deserve it. They were fucking moles on top. They could have, like you said, probably been 3 or 4 up at half time. But this is what I'm saying. Like teams aren't running away from us. Like the teams,
we're again playing badly and winning away from home. Against Chelsea. I fully expect us on Tuesday to be absolute dog shit to beat Arsenal at the Emirates. I don't get it. I have full confidence that we will go 1-0 down, be absolutely wank. And someone will come on, he'll make a tweak or two, and we'll score an equaliser. Arsenal will shit themselves, and we will win 2-1. We don't need to do a preview on Monday. That is literally what's going to happen on Tuesday.
Yeah. Mate, look, the Arsenal are going to be quaking in their boots, mate. They don't want to play us. We're like a bogey team to them.
Apparently, they got shaky today after... Who was it today?
I watched Brighton. I watched the first half, right, and they were in total control, right, and then they went 2-0 up in the second half, and then I turned it off because I was getting ready to go live myself, right, and then Brighton scored, so I turned it back on, and bar a super save from Raya, like it could have been 2-2, like it really could have been, and I just think they will be. I don't think Arsenal have got it. What it takes to get over the line. I think they're a very good team, right, with very good players. And when push comes to shove, with Man City breathing down, and it's not just Man City breathing now. Like if they lose this game, right, chances are Man City will win the league, right. That's my prediction because of the minerals that they've got. But they've got 2 teams chasing them. They can't cope with one, and they're celebrating like they've won it today because obviously it's a big result. We put them back on the top of the table, but it will be interesting if Man City don't pick up points against Sunderland. Right, they're on 40 points now, right?
Yeah, well,
so they're 2 points behind.
Sunderland getting something.
Well, mate, it's at the Stadium of Light. Now, Man City battered them a few weeks ago at the Etihad. But just like Sunderland against Arsenal, 2-2, I take that, mate. And if we can win, we're level on points with Arsenal. Goal difference separates us, but ahead of Man City, which means we'll be second, right? Because we'll be on 42 points and they'll be on 41. Right? So it's just... The fact that we're even talking about this, it still feels not real. Like
hang on, we won't be second if we beat Arsenal. We'll be third when we go on goal difference.
No, because if City draw, City are only on 40 points.
Oh, sorry, yes, City draw. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
so City draw and we beat Arsenal, we go in second, mate. And
I was in my own world. I was like,
and we'll be level on points with Arsenal. Now, mate, people have written us off and you go, well, that's not going to happen because, we've only won 11 games in a row. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking.
Yeah. What's
I told you, we're not going to lose till we have to play Crystal Palace on fucking midweek. Fucking nonsense.
I'll tell you what, if we can beat Arsenal, because let me look at what are our fixture. I haven't even looked beyond that.
So we've got Forest on the 3rd.
Oh, it's a tough run, isn't it?
Yeah, we got Palace on the 7th. Then we got FA Cup on the 10th.
FA Cup, who cares about that?
Yeah, against Spurs. And then I don't know after that. I've only looked up to that fixtures.
Well, we then got home to Everton.
3 points.
Away at Fenerbahce. Away at Newcastle.
Yeah, but they're shit, mate. Although they probably deserve something out of the game yesterday.
St. James's Park, they're good. And then we got that home game against Salzburg. But then we got like Brentford, Bournemouth, Brighton, Leeds, Wolves. I'm sitting there going, at least 3. Mate, we're going to be like 15, 16 wins. I don't know what. I know this isn't how football works. You don't look at the fixtures and just go, yeah,
no.
3 points. But like at the moment, I'm looking at it going, okay, yeah, we might draw a game, but when are we like? This is the thing. We haven't drawn a game. Like we just like we can't be any further away from losing a game. When are we going to draw a game, let alone lose one?
Mate, it sets it up for the finale, I'm telling you. That last day of the season against Man City. Winner takes all. Fucking come on. Let's manifest it. Come on, people in the comments. Make sure you hit the hype button, the follow button, the subscribe button. We're all going to Manchester to win the league.
So Mark's has messaged me, messaging the group, and he was saying, because he was on Sky Sports.
Yes.
And he said he was asked by Bothroyd tonight, who also asked me this question, by the way, what is wrong with him? Are Villa in a title race? And it's like, what? Like, I don't know why we even need to ask the question. Of course we are. Are we title contenders? Of course we are. We're in the race. We've beaten City. We've beaten Arsenal. We've beaten Man U. We've beaten Chelsea.
Yeah.
We're probably going to go and beat Arsenal and do the double over them. When was the last time we beat Arsenal, City, and Man U in a single season? I mean, we haven't beat Man U. We beat Man U 6 times in 30 years.
Yeah.
So very unlikely that's probably ever happened in the Premier League. Like, honestly, I'm so fed up of it. I just cannot. Like we've said, the only way that we're in a title race is if we win the league. I think that's the only time. There'll be 3 games to go, and we'll be level on points, but we're still not in the race. Apparently, I don't know what. I just don't understand what.
Mate, look, we're just going to have to. I'm for it.
This is correct. Right now, we are in the conversation. Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah. Look, there was a long way to go. We're halfway through. Anything can happen. There's a lot of football to be played. All we can do, as I said, is stay humble, take one game at a time. But we are in this conversation now because every time you can't, like you say, you can't just do all those things you just said and not be in the conversation. It deserves to be. Like there needs to be a little bit more respect put on the name, really, because this isn't a fluke. This, like anyone that watches the Villa, any Villa fan will say, this isn't just like as I heard after Man United's victory, after our victory against Man United, where it was, they're lucky. Villa are lucky. They're scoring lucky goals from outside the box. There is nothing lucky about this team. This is methodical, planned out, fucking brilliant management, brilliant tactics, brilliant personnel, getting the best out of, let's say, some mediocre players, raising their levels on a shoestring budget, right? It's incredible. It's incredible. It's a brilliant time to be alive. And they can say we're not going to do it, right? And maybe we have got to get to the end of the season and do it and then go, I told you so, right? Because we'll all fucking know it. Oh, this is a fucking joke, isn't it?
Why is that the headline? Why is that the headline on BBC? Why are we this tiny little? Why? What? Yeah, I mean, look at that, right? That's a prime example, probably.
Mate, I'm surprised that that's a picture of Watkins. I'm surprised I haven't got a picture of Cole Palmer crying, going Chelsea lose against Aston Villa. So at least we've got a picture of the Villa on there.
Chelsea throw it away. That's what you do. Like, this is a prime example. Look at that, right? And if they just go, it's because they get more engagement from the bigger clubs. 812 comments on the freaking Villa one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mate, this is the corruption of football. We know that the big six bias is there. It is. You can't hide away from it, right? But if we keep Emery and if we keep our owners, right, there is a Villa storm coming. I believe they want to take it over, mate. They want us to get into that and be part of that. Right? It's coming, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it completely. Fuck them. Fuck all their fucking shitty media coverage about nothing like ever happening. Fuck Steve Sidwell, the fucking disgrace that Chelsea are in the top 4. Where's Lee Hendry when we need him? Do you know what I mean? He'd have been on there going, probably running around the studio going, "We're going to win the fucking league." Right?
Yeah, Gabby. I love listening to TalkSport at the moment because Gabby's just on there, just can't be such an idiot. But the amount of times he's just on there going, Villa, yeah, Villa. Morgan Rogers is brilliant. And that's the thing today. Morgan Rogers today was all right, but he wasn't the shining light. Everyone was looking at Morgan Rogers and Cole Palmer. That's all they were looking at. And did you see it when Rogers lined up for that free kick and Adinha actually ended up taking it?
Yeah.
When he kind of ran up, stuttered, and I was like, "Oh, they fooled them." But it was a good save. But
Rogers had a great free kick, didn't he? It went just over. I thought if that goes in, I'd have run up to and Cole Palmer had just gone off. Right? I'd have run up to Cole Palmer and just gone, "Ooh." But you know, look, we are in dreamland. It's another win, 11 wins. Like the more I say it, the more it sounds crazy. The more I feel like I'm in a dream world. Like we're doing it, mate. It's happening. I don't care what anyone says. Like we're in this conversation. It's ours to kind of throw away. What I love about it, and I'm not getting carried away because it's a long way to go, but I am so confident in Unai Emery's ability to get the best out of this team. We can still afford to lose 2 or 3 games now and still be in the race. Like so there's no pressure on us. Like the media aren't talking about us yet, so there's no one going, just apart from going, they're not in a race. Okay, so we're not in a race, but we are, aren't we? Because we've just won 11 games in a row. We're 3rd in the league, right? If at the end of this weekend or the end of this week, we could be joint top of the Premier League, right? So
everyone just keeps on saying it's 2-horse race, and they've been saying it they said it since way earlier in the season, and then we're just booking that trend, but they just refuse to acknowledge it for whatever reason. Anyway, I think I'm probably going to wrap it up there because I am knackered.
Because it's Christmas, and I'm going to get another beer because I'm celebrating, mate. It's my birthday in a few days' time.
You enjoy. We will be back for a Arsenal preview on Monday, so the 29th. We will be on, and then obviously after that Arsenal game, we might do a live after on the Tuesday. Obviously, I think we definitely will if we win.
Fucking.
So let's say it now. See us. You'll see us live on Tuesday night because we're going to win another fucking game.
Yes, 12
Arsenal
in a row.
won't know what's hit them.
Mate, I'm looking forward to it. It's happening. Like it's interesting because on the day of the game, it's Ollie Watkins' 30th birthday on the 30th of December. Right, and
he loves playing Arsenal.
Yeah. And I turned 46 the day after, so that's a double birthday celebration. It's no wonder me and Ollie Watkins are so interlinked, mate. We're fucking Capricorns. We're just kind of, one mind. Just need to get him on the show now and actually have a conversation with him. I'd love it. It'd be absolutely brilliant. And, we'll take it from there. But what a Christmas it has been. I think this has been the best Christmas I've had because I always have great Christmas because I love it, right? And I'm very lucky that we've got family and that I love and we spend quality time together and I always love it. But from a footballing perspective, sometimes it'd be like last Boxing Day when we lost to Newcastle 3-0. Mate, you fucking ruined my day. Do you know what I mean?
Baltic as well. I actually quite like the fact that I didn't have to go to a Boxing Day game. I was sitting there going, I'm standing there with I don't have one of these gilets or whatever. My feet are numb. And I'm just like, God, I've got a 2-hour drive each way. And it's just like, oh, mate. Anyway, Ollie has more hair. Yeah, nice one, Carl. Right, guys, final words.
Yes, mate. Final words. 11 in a row. Absolutely just limbs everywhere. It's the time to be alive, to be a Villa fan. I couldn't be more proud of this team. Like, we are going from strength to strength. We haven't even played well, which means we can only get better. And that is fucking exciting, right? That we can actually get better, right? This is not about us flying at the top of our game, winning every game. This is grinding out results, winning ugly, winning dirty, doing the things that need to do, little tweaks here and there, with potential reinforcements coming with ownership that's behind us 100%. It's something that's grown in over 3 years. This is only going to go up with this management and leadership team. And I am here for it, mate. Bring on Arsenal, 12 wins in a row, right? Tell me anything different. And as always, every week we follow the boys in claret and blue. Peace and love. Till next time, people.